Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is going to be a quick channel update, because I haven't made one in a while, and I really should. So firstly, I'd like to thank everybody who's here right now watching this in this moment. You are the lifeblood of the channel, you are the unsung heroes, and you're the reason that I can continue doing this. If you don't know, YouTube right now is quite a tumultuous place. If you've been noticing your subscription box, if you have the little bell clicked, that actually means that you get my videos, which not everybody does, because YouTube changed that without explaining the importance of it. So if you were wondering why you're missing out on my YouTube content, it's probably because you don't have that notification next to the subscription button on my channel clicked. It's a little bell image. If you don't click that, you generally don't get any of the traffic I put out there. And if you don't want my traffic, unclick that and you should be cool, but if you do, that's probably what you need to be tickling. But if you have that engaged, you've noticed that I've been putting a higher emphasis on streaming. And I would love to stream on YouTube, but YouTube streaming service is pretty garbage. It offers some nice features, but the chat and a lot of the functionality is miles behind Twitch. Much like Twitch's video potential is miles behind YouTube, it's just they're two different specialty websites. And I've been doing this because YouTube is a tough place to exist right now. And if you're making videos for the best reason, which is of course that you enjoy it and you feel like you've got something you want to share, be it creative, academic or entertainment purposes, then you're probably not being affected at all. But if you are trying to build your YouTube and you're using it as a form of income, then you'll notice that because of what people have called the apocalypse and the new algorithm and everything, that YouTube right now is a difficult place to exist. It's a difficult place to excel as well. Everybody's been hit by it, everybody's feeling the pinch, and it's driving a lot of folks to pursue other avenues, alternative methods of revenue and things along that nature. Because as much as it's scummy to talk about, you know, nothing but money when it comes to this, money is a great motivator for making the content, and it's an even better faculty for enabling you to make better content. And I hate calling it content, even though I do it frequently, because it makes it sound very sterile. Like I'm pushing out, you know, bad CDs or bad mixtapes back in the 80s. It doesn't make it feel like any fun, and fundamentally, it's incredibly fun, and it's opened doors to interactions with people all across the world that I would have never been able to do without this platform, and for that I am immensely grateful. But be under no illusion right now, guys, YouTube is just kind of difficult to work with at the moment, and it's making it so that emphasizing other areas is a big part of what I do now. So the first thing, of course, that I've been looking into is getting partnered over on Twitch, and I'm at the point now where I'm pulling consistent enough numbers, and I think I've put enough history in that when I do apply, Twitch is going to hopefully welcome me into their family, and it'll be something that could be quite cool to build there, because streaming is so different to the YouTube experience. On YouTube you get kind of a trimmed out, highly edited pocket of whatever it is that I've done, and you get to watch that and enjoy that or hate that depending on what you like. Whereas over on Twitch it's more immediate, it's more real in a lot of sessions, because it's just you hanging around with me and we're playing something. You know, there's a tangibleness to it. It enables people to get much closer than you would think you'd be able to get in that kind of circumstance. And I like that, but I also appreciate that I come from YouTube, and YouTube is kind of where I started, and I still like this place, you know, even after all this time. It just doesn't seem to like me too much, which is making life a little bit more challenging. So the future of the channel at the moment is quite interesting, because I have a few projects that are running, if you're not familiar with them. We have the Bloodborne series that's running, that's going to continue. We have God Hand that's running. It's quite infrequent now, so every time it turns up it's a bit of like a jewel in the shining crown, so look forward to that. But as far as game releases go, it's definitely going to slow down now that November's kind of mellowed out, and of course I'm not covering Call of Duty World War II, which a lot of people have been asking me why I'm not covering it. Guys, I got it for PC, day it came out, hated it, thought it was shit, deleted it, not interested, not doing it. I apologise if you were looking forward to it, but it's just not something that motivates me anymore, and I'm voting with my wallet, so I got that shit refunded, gone, dead, donezo, not happening. But the good news is, because YouTube is so overly saturated, there's plenty of walkthroughs out there for you if you need them, so just search one of those out and see how somebody else does it, and you'll get through it just fine. And who knows, maybe you'll find a channel you really like. That's the joy of YouTube, isn't it? Sometimes you go on a little adventure and you stumble across a gem. But aside from that, there's not that much coming, so it enables me a lot of flexibility to do things I want to do, and the thing I want to do more than anything else is the review stuff and the highly edited videos, but now that YouTube's algorithm's flagging everything mercilessly as not ad-friendly regardless of what's in it, it means that if I make those videos I don't make anything from them. And there's certain executive decisions I have to make, because as much as I love making those videos and I do think that they're considerably better than just a simple walkthrough, when it comes to my analytics and it comes to how much I'm going to get paid at the end of that month, one of them is a big fat zero and the other one is actually something, so I can't sacrifice, you know, that for nothing as much as I want to do it. So instead, I'm going to be focusing on doing what we're doing at the moment, kind of just moving along. There's going to be a lot more Balls Deeps because they're just easy to make, fun to make, and they seem to get wide response from people. People enjoy them, and hopefully surprise you with a couple of other projects. This is usually the point where I would thank everybody on Patreon for the new pledges and what have you. And I have had a few new pledges, but at the moment Patreon's been kind of slow. Instead, I'm going to be using a splash screen that I've designed that's going to be going at the end of videos, because I feel like right now, with the state that YouTube's in, the people over on Patreon are essentially the backers and the finances of the channel, because I can't control my YouTube paycheck. I never could. It was always very fluctuating thanks to the ad values, thanks to whether or not you see the ads, depending on the interaction of the channel and the sporadic nature of people watching versus people, you know, not watching. Whereas now, there's been a big hit on that, so Patreon is more important than ever, but I don't want to be that dude that's just every single second it's like, go to my Patreon, get on my Patreon, $1 a month, $1 a month. I don't want to be that person. So instead, at the end of the videos, there's going to be a bit of a fanfare for the people who are making this possible still, and it's just going to be a sequence of their names up there. I've intentionally left out surnames because I know some people are a little funny about their names. Conversely, if you prefer you have your surname up there, I apologise. I'm doing it more for anonymity than anything else. I know who you are, and I'm very grateful for you, and it's just an opportunity to, instead of waiting for these updates, it's up there. You know these people made what is happening possible, and they really do forge, you know, the path that this machine is trundling upon, and I'm immensely grateful for everybody who does that. You know, Patreon is one of those interesting things where a lot of it is kind of motivational. You're motivated to pledge because of X reward, and I appreciate that my rewards aren't perhaps the best, and I'm definitely going to look into them, but at the same time, I have a lot of backers that don't even want a reward, which is just the most humbling thing in the world. So I've made this video today not really to tell you what's happening much with the channel, other than the channel, you know, is struggling at the moment. Everybody's is. But that doesn't mean it's the end, and it doesn't mean that there is not prospects in the future, because there's a couple of things happening behind the scenes that could lead to great things, and one of them, of course, is Twitch. But like anything else, and like I've said from the beginning, Rome wasn't built in a day, and my particular Rome is definitely taking quite the amount of time to muster it. But I just wanted to thank everybody. I wanted to get that out there into the collective consciousness. If you feel like I've been neglecting YouTube, I'm sorry. It's not really the case, but at the same time, if you could see the back-end stuff that I see, you'd understand it a little bit more, perhaps. And as much as I like to share a lot with you guys, there's also a lot that shouldn't be shared, and I believe in that. I believe in only kind of putting across something that's worth listening to, and if you come to my videos and listen to my woes all the times, that would be the worst thing in the world, because the whole point of this is escapism. It's not for you to feel sorry for me, you know, to feel somehow indebted to me. It's for you to come here and get away from the shit that's bothering you, not listen to the shit that's bothering me, even though that will undoubtedly happen at some point. Which is why I always try and make it silly or funny or in some way jesty and stupid, because there's definitely freedom in levity, I believe. But thank you all for being here, thank you for believing in me, for believing in the stuff that I make, for watching, for interacting, for funding, for forging, for just being pretty much the best people on the internet right now in my life. So yeah, thank you very much.